Welcome back, everyone. Today I want to take a few minutes to talk about the second NC Blade mystery box that I received a few days ago. Again, similar to the last one, I kind of waited a few days before making a video just because I've been real busy and a lot of stuff has been going on this weekend. So I want to take a minute before getting into this and talking about what I got from this mystery box and just ask that you please go down to the description. I've tried to compile a list of links to donate or a link to another list of links to donate to help the hurricane victims and people and communities and towns that have been devastated by Hurricane Helene that happened over this past week. And you know, a lot of eastern Tennessee is just underwater. Western North Carolina got hit probably the hardest out of anybody, and that's where NC Blade is. I'm in South Carolina. We lost power for a little bit, but nowhere near the devastation compared to Western North Carolina. And of course, we can't forget about Florida as well, but they seem to have done a really nice job cleaning up and getting back on track. And I think they were kind of expecting it. So it not to discount them, but it seems like, you know, the Appalachia and Western North Carolina really got hit hard. So please, if you wouldn't mind taking a minute, going and checking those links out. And, you know, before you donate anywhere, I absolutely always recommend that you vet where your money is going to make sure that it's going to where you want to donate to. But definitely consider looking at some of those links. So NC Blade, as I mentioned in a video last week, is a fantastic company. I'm not affiliated with them. I bought a knife box from them and was thrilled with it and immediately ordered another one that got delivered actually to me in South Carolina the day after the hurricane hit. So that, I think it was Friday. Friday morning we got hit by the hurricane. UPS came through and that afternoon was still delivering packages. So pretty crazy. You know, a lot of people were without power, and it was really cool to, you know, see UPS sticking it out. So shout out to UPS. I've been very frustrated with them in the past, but they did a nice job getting that package out and maintaining their routes during all this. So got some really, really cool stuff from this mystery box. First up, I just want to say I've never owned either of these brands before. We have Protech and Heretic knives. Both American-made brands, again, neither of which I've owned. I've looked at them for a long time, but I've always been hesitant, like I kind of mentioned in some other previous videos. I'm always a little bit hesitant to spend a lot of money on knives from smaller brands that aren't, you know, your Benchmade, Spyderco, Microtech that make a million different models and have been around for 20, 30 plus years. So these are relatively new. Still, these are pretty established brands within the knife community, but I've always hesitated again to order from companies like this. So we'll start with Protech here. I'll move the Heretic box aside. Protech makes out the side automatics. I think they've done some other like butterfly stuff in the past, but they're primarily known for their out the side automatics and their manuals, button locks, the Malibu, the Mordax and such. And they have, you know, they're really the kind of Microtech of those out the side automatics in the knife world. So I got from NC Blade the Godsun, which is, I believe, the smaller version of the Godfather. So that's what it's called. I think it's like 3-something inches. I don't really know the specs on it. I don't really know that much about Protech knives, but I got this and I opened it up, was not expecting this at all, and I was blown away by the action. I only really have 2 other out the side automatics. I have a Kershaw Launch and a Boker Kalashnikov. And the Boker fires really hard. The Kershaw fires well, but it's not crazy hard. And I was really impressed with the kick of this thing. I mean, it really does just shoot out there, and it's got a phenomenal action. Probably not the blade shape that I would have picked out for myself or the handle body. I tend to prefer more of the drop pointy side kind of blades that are like the Launch 6 here that are really obviously for one-sided use, and they're, you know, the blade is not really that bayonet style, dagger style blade. This is probably that stiletto look. I think that's, you know, where obviously the name The Godfather comes from for the larger model. This is, again, the Godsun. But it has grown on me a lot. It is wicked, wicked sharp. It came really oiled out of the box. It came in a little nice baggie in the box. So very nice knife. I really did not think I could be that impressed with a button, you know, out the side automatic, but this has grown on me very, very fast. Again, I've only had it for a couple days, so I haven't really done much to use it or anything, but it is a really nice looking knife, and I will definitely be purchasing more Protechs in the future. I always say that every time I end up getting a new brand like Tor or Tactile, I really liked, has some problems with that, but Tactile, obviously Protech, and soon to be Heretic. I really find myself just being like, I cannot believe I've not bought one of these before or been around one of these before. And Protech seems to be a little bit harder to find in store. So I generally only buy knives that I can find in store. So that's probably also why I lean to the bigger brands, just because they're easier to find. But you can find Protech dealers sometimes just to feel out their knives. But yeah, I mean, I really, really, really like this knife. The pocket clip is really nice. It's big enough to where it actually is functional and not so small that it's a pain, but it's not too big, and it doesn't really have anything that's going to bother your hand, and your hand fits nicely in it on the other side. So one of the few pocket clips that I actually like. And again, I don't have much more to say other than I will definitely be buying another Protech after feeling this. So if you can get your hands on a Protech, definitely go check them out. They are absolutely reasonably priced. I was shocked because I always thought they were way more expensive than some of the other automatic brands I've always seen. I know like the Malibu is $200+ for just a button lock, when you can get those a lot cheaper. I've seen some of their other ones. I just thought that they were expensive, but the TR3, which is one of their more popular models, is like $150, which is, in the grand scheme of things, relatively inexpensive for an American-made auto. Kind of on par. I guess their big competition right now is the Kershaw Launch Series, which is also American-made, out the side automatic knives, and they're probably a little bit cheaper than Protechs, but I didn't really know that until I got this and started looking them up. So I will definitely be looking at a Protech in the future. If you don't know anything about them, they're probably worth checking out. I don't really know that much about them either as well at this point, but I'm sure I will soon enough. Let me know what other models there are that are great. I really like the look of the just standard TR3. That's more my style knife, but I mean, this is really, really nice too. So very, very nice out the side automatic. Retails, this one specifically, I think, is about $150. I mean, it's like 145, 155, somewhere in between there in that range. And next up, we have a knife that I've been eyeing for a long time, the Heretic Hydra. A single action out the front, kind of reminiscent of the Microtech Halo that you can't buy anymore, which I'm really sad about, but this is kind of the next best thing, or at least in my eyes it is. And it is a really, really, really cool knife. You have this little teardrop looking thing that's the safety for the button, and the button actuator, and it's, again, single action, so it's just gonna shoot out. And this thing fires hard. I was shocked by it. I've held one of these in the store before, but it was a long time ago, and I was like, there's no way I'm paying that for a brand that I don't know that much about, for a single action that probably isn't that practical to use. But I mean, coming in this mystery box, I got it for a huge discount. So really, really, really cool. Is it that practical to use? I don't know. I haven't really had time to use it yet, so I will I'll let you know if it gets, I'm sure it'll get annoying after a while, but still, just a really cool knife. Again, reminiscent of that popular Microtech Halo, which I'd love to have too. I really like the camo on here. I think it's Cerakote camo, which is pretty cool. I wish the green was a little darker, but I still like it. I think it looks really nice. It also comes with a little bottle of oil in here, which is kind of cool. I wish more brands did that too. It's relatively cheap for them to do, I'm sure. So pretty cool addition there. And again, like Protech, I will definitely be checking out other Heretic knives. I just saw the Mini Pariah came out in a manual and auto, so I think that's probably comparable to like a Paramilitary 2 in size. I'm not really sure, but it looks really cool, relatively inexpensive. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean Paramilitary 2. I meant to say the Microtech MSI. It's similar to that. I think it's a little bit smaller, but it's got polymer handles, and it's Protech or Heretic's manual knife. They also have an automatic. And I also want to check out the Manticore, which is like Heretic's Ultratech. So would love to check that out. But this thing is really, really, really cool. It's probably a combat Troodon size, so it's a little bit bigger than I would normally carry for an out the front. We'll throw it next to an Ultratech here, the other Ultratech that I got from NC Blade. So a lot bigger than an Ultratech, but maybe not a lot bigger. But the handle is definitely wider. The blade is definitely thicker, so it is a bigger knife overall. But still, really, really, really cool knife. Really cool piece. I'm pretty happy with this. I probably wouldn't buy one again at full price, but I got it at an awesome discount in this mystery box, which is really, really cool. And again, thank you so much, NC Blade. I don't know if you're watching this. I don't know if you have a presence on YouTube. I know they do on Instagram, but I'm like blown away every time I receive one of these. I've only got 2 of them, but to get all this effort put in the box, I tried to leave this one a little bit more together than the last one. Got the wrapping paper, decorations and stuff in here, koozies, stickers, handwritten note, which is just, I mean, it's just awesome. I really, really appreciate all the time and effort that went into this. I wrote them a note like last time, just saying, hey, I'm really interested in American made knives, and this is what they sent me. So really, really cool of them. I hope that they were not super impacted by the hurricane. They posted a statement on their website just tonight as I was looking on their website. So it sounds like they're fine, but there's going to be a big delay on shipping out of their orders and them dealing with orders and stuff. So make sure you support them. They're a family-owned business, which is awesome. And make sure, again, you check out those links that I'll add below here to look at ways that you can help people affected by the hurricane. So I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you watching, subscribing, doing whatever you can to support this business, NC Blade's business. Microtech is also very close to there in Western North Carolina, but it also sounds like they are doing all right just based on what they posted tonight as well. So any other knife businesses that are affected, any other businesses or people you know that are affected, just comment them below. We'll get some people to try to support them. Links, whatever, are appreciated. Feel free to send them to me, reach out. Anything that anything that I can promote to help out with the community there, I would love to do. So thank you again. I really appreciate it. Thanks for being a part of the community, and stay tuned for the next video.